Hi, did anyone ever call you a brain? What did they mean? Did they mean you look like this? No, of course not. What did they mean then? They meant you use your brain well. Now, tell me, what do you use your brain for? To think, yes. What else? To solve problems. You do a lot of that. To learn, to remember, right? To ask questions? To daydream? Sure, why not? And what about to hear and see and walk and talk? Without your brain, you could do none of these things. But your brain can't do all these things by itself. It must have help to do what it needs to do. And your brain's special helpers are your what? Do you remember? Your 5 senses. Right. This fellow over here has no senses at all. Let's go see if we can help him out. Here's a clue. Hot or cold, pinch or pin. To find out which, just ask your skin. Right. So, let's give this dummy some skin and a beautiful head of hair. Next, for seeing things, it's no surprise. You certainly have to use your eyes. Right. So, let's have some eyes. 1, 2. Okay. Whispers, speeches, shouts, cheers. To hear them all, just open your ears. Good. Okay. So here's an ear on one side and another ear. Small as a button or big as a rose, everyone, everywhere needs a nose. Good. Here's a nice big blue nose. Now, last one. East or west, north or south, where you taste is in your mouth. Right. So, give dummy a mouth. Oh my goodness, what a weird looking thing that is. Without your sense organs, your brain wouldn't be able to hear, see, taste, smell, or feel anything. It wouldn't know any more than this dummy here. And without a brain, you'd be a dummy. Your brain is a giant control center, sending and receiving messages all the time. It's part of a network of nerves that runs down your spinal cord and all over your body. Some nerves send messages to your brain from your sense organs. Other nerves send messages from your brain to your muscles. Now, suppose a fly were sitting on the end of your nose. How would you know a fly were sitting on the end of your nose? How would your brain know it? Well, his little feet would tickle the nerve endings in your nose, and the message, "Fly is sitting on me," would travel over the nerve network to your brain. And what would your brain do about it? Do it. Right. Your brain would send the message to your arm muscles, "Swat that fly." And you did. Now, here's a tricky question. Raise your hand if you think your brain does something besides send and receive messages. Yes, it does. Good for you. Hands down. It also stores information. Your brain is like a gigantic warehouse that keeps information until you need to use it. You have two kinds of memory, a short-time memory and a long-time memory. Things you don't need to remember are quickly forgotten. But things you do need to remember, like your name, where you live, your telephone number, things that you repeat many times, they become part of your long-time memory. What would happen if you didn't have a long-time memory? Then you'd have to learn the same things over and over again. You wouldn't have time to learn anything new. Nobody knows for sure just exactly what goes on inside your head when you learn. But you know yourself that you learn some things by trying and making mistakes and remembering and trying again. In fact, all animals do the same thing. And when they're learning new things, they use all their senses to help them. This rat, by using his senses, has already learned to find his way through a maze to get his lunch. Watch. There he goes. Oh my. Let's try it again. Good scratching of the ear always helps. Oh, there he goes. Even faster. Now, what about this fat fellow? He's never been through the maze before, but he loves to eat. Let's watch him use his senses to learn where his food is. Here he goes. Is he using his eyes? Yes, to see where he's going. Is he using his sense of touch? Yes, his feet tell him that he's touching the floor, and sometimes his whiskers touch the sides, and it helps him find his way along the wall. Is he using his nose? He seems to be sniffing everywhere he goes, doesn't he? Sniff, sniff. He can smell that there's food around. Only problem is he can't see it. He's ready to climb walls for it. You know what? I'll bet in a few more tries, this rat will streak through the maze just like the first one did. Now he's using his sense of taste to prove that it's all worthwhile. You know where your brain is, don't you? Show me. Right. But do you think it looks like this model? Never in a million years. This model is a hard, gray, smooth, ugly plastic thing. Your living brain is soft, pink, bright pink, wrinkled, and it's made of living brain cells, billions of them. Your brain has separate places or clumps of cells, each with a job to do. On this model of the brain, let's locate some of those special places that do special things. Suppose on a hot day, there's a popcorn man selling popcorn across the street. This is the place, way up here at the front, where your brain first smells the popcorn. This is the place, here in the middle, where your brain hears the jingle of the bell on the popcorn man's cart. This is the place, way back here, where your brain sees the popcorn man. And then way inside and down underneath is the place where your brain feels hungry. So, your brain decides that you should go across the street. Your brain tells your muscles to move your bones and hurry up. Your brain will know that you are running, not walking or skipping across the street. And of course, there's a place in the brain that lets you know that the popcorn tastes good. Because you are human and need to learn to do so many things, your brain is more complicated than the brains of other animals. Let's look at the model again. Your brain is divided into three main parts. This part, the biggest part, with the swirly lines. See this part? Your upper brain is the part that lets you do things that only humans can do. It lets you talk and read and write. It lets you make things with your hands, invent, paint, make music. And it lets you understand all the many things that you understand. Underneath the big part of your brain is a smaller part, right here, the middle brain. The middle brain keeps your muscles moving together smoothly. Because of it, you can walk without stumbling, talk without mumbling, and write and draw pictures without scribbling. Also underneath the big part of your brain, and at the top of your spinal cord, is the lower brain, right here. This is sometimes called your animal brain, because this is the part that's most like the brains of other animals. Some very simple animals, like the earthworm, have only this part for a brain. It's the oldest part of your brain, the first part to grow before you were born. What does it do? Well, it takes care of all the things that your body is doing even when you are asleep. Breathing, digesting, swallowing, things like that. You never have to tell your heart to beat and your blood to move because this part of your brain takes care of all that for you. You know, you really are a brain. Yes, you are. Your brain is not just another organ in your body. It is you. And everything you are happens in your brain. And what goes on inside your brain makes you different from everyone else in the world. Every day, your brain helps you to be what you want to be and to do what you want to do. It's always working for you, your own busy brain.
All About You is a project of the Agency for Instructional Television.